Okay? Whereas causal efficacy, obviously, if we're conscious of that, it's affective rather than cognitive consciousness. And the awareness of that is less vivid in sense perception, I mean in visual perception, than it is, for instance, in auditory things where there's a loud noise and then you decipher what it is later. Or in the sense of touch, where the recognition comes more slowly. You see. But his point is that if we consider the perceiver to be the entire psychosomatic unity, the entire human organism, then from a phenomenological standpoint, in terms of the consciousness of, the initial thing is the causal efficacy. There is some effect, causally, that is felt. You see. And misled by the clarities of sense perception, Locke talked otherwise. But even in visual perception, if the light is sufficiently bright, it's felt first. Yes, the dazzling light. So the primacy in the mode of causal efficacy. Now, notice what that does. You see, in John Locke, the idea came first. Then the question, what caused it? And you have to have a cause-effect argument of a purely intellectual sort from the idea, which is thought, not felt, but thought, to what caused us to think the idea. You see. That is to say, the idea is a representation. Hopefully it's a copy. And what it is out there that causes it, we don't know. We have to infer. Is there a cause? We don't know. For sure. You see. Whereas, and this therefore means that our knowledge of reality is always indirect. It has to be logically inferred. But for Whitehead, if the causal efficacy is the thing, causal efficacy, you see, in that experience of causal efficacy, there is a direct knowledge of the cause affecting me. Like if Ryan were to stand up and I were to sock him on the jaw, he would have a direct awareness of the cause affecting him. So what we have then is, on this basis, what we have is on this basis a direct knowledge of the existence of a real object. That's how he can be a realist. You see, contrary to David Hume, that we only know constant conjunctions, he's arguing we do experience causal connections. Hume is wrong. Hume stumbled over the fallacy of the primacy of presentational immediacy. You see, with a big label like that, you think he could have caught it. But no, he was so locked into the Lockean mode of thought. This awareness of causal efficacy has nothing to do with constant conjunctions. How many times does Ryan have to be hit on the chin before he's aware? You see, 1, pretty sure he will do it. Yes, the immediacy of it. Presentational immediacy then follows. Yeah. An idea comes to mind. Now, there's no guarantee that the idea is correct. You know the way it is in the morning, you are awakened by a bell ringing and you grab the alarm clock and say hello. You've got the wrong idea, but you've got an idea. No, so the presentational immediacy provides you with a hypothetical idea. No guarantees. And what you do is to take that idea and refer it to the cause of the stimulus. Notice the idea is not a representation, a copy. It's a symbol. Where did you get that language? Straight from Bradley. You see, Bradley, in his criticism of traditional empiricism, said ideas are not copies, representations. They're symbols that we use in thinking about things. So we take the idea and use it as a symbol in referring to. So we have an indirect knowledge of the essence of an object. The essence is what it is. The existence is that it is. So you have a direct awareness that something is, an indirect awareness of what it is. Now, notice what's involved, something else that's involved in this threefold business. What is it in these three which is the cause of the perceptual experience? What are the causes, what are the factors that create this experience of perception? Well, first, there are objective data, objective givens that affect the present state of consciousness. So if you like, my daydreaming is disturbed by these causal givens, causal stimuli, objective data that causally affect. Second, as the ideas develop, these are what he calls eternal possibilities. What is this? It's the phone ringing at this hour in the night. You say it's a possibility. You are wrong. It's the alarm clock. But the ideas are simply possibilities that come to mind. You see? And the world is teeming with all sorts of possibilities. Objective, logical possibilities that you think of. And then there is a third factor that makes the perceptual experience complete. Decision. So you say, hello, and realize that you were wrong in your decision. But the decision, you see, is selecting from the eternal possibilities, the whole range of possibilities proposed by the stimulus. You select from that and go with it. And it may turn out to be that the symbol you use in referring to the thing is one which works. Maybe it doesn't. But with experience, you begin to know what are the symbols you want, what'll work. Now, I said that perceptual experience is his paradigm event. The event of a perceptual experience. And his point is that in every experience, in every event, in the entire cosmic process, there is first causal efficacy. Real causal process. There is secondly the entertaining of possibility being there. They're presented as possibilities to the mind, ideas. I've got an idea. What's an idea? It's a possibility. What's this that's happening? Well, I've got an idea. Possibility. Yes. And there is the decision whereby in the process the lot is cast and you go with one possibility. Now you could diagram that then in a more general way. You diagram it like this. Here is the process to this point, okay? At this point, there is some causal intrusion, okay? Whereupon all sorts of eternal possibilities converge that would be suggested by such a causal intrusion. So that from a range of an indefinite number of possibilities, there are some which are relevant in this particular instance. And from these, decision is made. You see, with these possibilities, you could go in that direction. Possibilities 1, 2, 3. You could go in that direction. You could go in that direction. You could go in that direction, corresponding to the various eternal possibilities. And choosing number 2, full steam ahead, that direction. So there are always 3 constituent elements in every event in the cosmic process. Objective causal givens. Inherent possibilities. Yes, natural process is loaded with possibilities for good, for bad, value laden. Yes. So you've got the objective causal given, you've got the eternal possibilities, and third, you've got decision. Now, if you can grasp that, Whitehead's easy. You see, Whitehead's basic question is, what's the source of these eternal possibilities? And because I've already cued you in that he's looking for a logos doctrine,